everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. Today's video is called Why Do Cats Bite Their Owners? If you've been here before, you know my name is Deborah. I run a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and several times a month I do videos all about the health and care and training of dogs and cats. So if you have a pet that you would like to have continuous help with, I would love to have you on board as a subscriber if you're not already. Also, if today's video is helpful, I would appreciate it if you would give it a like and possibly share it with your friends or family who also have pets and might enjoy this sort of content. And I hope that today's video is helpful, and please go ahead and comment. I would really like your opinion on the video. So let's go ahead and get into it. We are on my website, PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and we are going to use this article called Why Do Cats Bite Their Owners, kind of as a guide for today's video. I'm going to give you a link to this article in the description box, and I'm also going to give you a link to anything we talk about in the video. If it's something that you can go and check out for yourself, I will give you the link. So just go ahead and relax. Why do cats bite their owners? If you're like me, if your cat bites you, not only are you a bit aggravated, but you're also a little bit hurt. You know, I don't know about you, but whenever I've had a pet bite me or be nasty to me in any way, it always just hurts my feelings a little. I had a Boston Terrier named Cagney, and he was the sweetest boy. I loved him so much, but when I would put him in his little bed at night, I would always, get down to the floor and, rub his little head and kiss him and stuff. Well, if I lingered too long and if I kissed him one too many times, he would get aggravated and he would make, this little nip. He wouldn't bite me, but it hurt my feelings so much. So if your cat bites you, I know how it feels. It's aggravating. You're aggravated. It's like, geez, what are you biting me for? But it also just hurts your feelings a little bit. So I'm really sorry about that. But I think once you're done with today's video, you're going to realize it's not you. We're going to talk about some of the reasons why cats bite in today's video, and we're also going to talk about some things you can do to stop it or prevent it. And I'm also going to give you a resource for some great cat training that's not expensive if you're finding that you're having issues with your cat that you need some more help with. Okay, so just hang tight. We're going to get through this stuff. Now, some of the reasons why a cat will bite their owner. Some cats will bite their owners in order to assert dominance. I think that people sometimes assume that a cat is being a jerk if he's biting, and some of the time that's the case, but usually not. Sometimes they are doing it to assert dominance. Your cat might be biting because he's trying to show who's in charge. He's trying to claim dominance over you. If your cat bites you, then doesn't back down or try to play and cuddle, then this is likely your cat biting you to show dominance, okay? If your cat bites you and then you're like, ow, and he backs away, that's not a dominant cat. But if your cat bites you and ow, and he's giving you more, you might be having a problem with a cat trying to be dominant, okay? Cats also bite their owners as a way of communicating. If they want something, instead of meowing, they might nip at your toe or your arm or your finger as a signal to you. They might be asking for food. They might be asking to go outside. They might be asking you to clean their litter box. A good way to know if your cat is biting in order to communicate to you, when they bite you, see what they do. For example, if your cat comes up and bites your toe or bites your hand, and then he's trying to lead you to the litter box, or he's trying to lead you to the back door, or he's trying to lead you to his food dish, you see, that might be that he's biting you to get your attention. He's trying to communicate something, okay? So just kind of pay attention. And then just in general, too, if your cat is biting you, try to pay attention of, what brought that on? What is the circumstance? What is happening when the cat is biting me? Because that's probably going to be your best bet to establish a pattern. What brings this on? What's the trigger, right? And like I say, he may be trying to just communicate something to you. I had a cat who, if you've been here before and watched my cat training videos, you've seen pictures of her. She's a black and white cat. I had her for 20 years. And she was not biting me, but this communicating thing, it always used to crack me up. When it was time to go to bed, we basically went to the bed around the same time every night, but if I wasn't going to bed on time, she would come out into the living room, look at me, meow, and walk down the hall to the bedroom. 2 minutes later, she'd come out, look at me, meow, go to the bedroom. And I always used to laugh because I would actually rush. Like, I'd like, oh, I got to get the TV off, I got to turn the lights on. And I would actually find myself rushing because the cat is demanding that we go to bed on time. It's just funny, but that was just the way she communicated. Meow, and she's trying to get me to go to bed. She wants the lights out. She wants to go to bed. So it's just funny how, they do what they can to try to communicate with us, right? To just try to show us something that they want or need. Kittens will bite to practice attacking. In the wild, animals have to fight, and this tendency comes through in domestic cats as well. It's kind of in their DNA, right? I had a kitten named Miss Abigail. She was a cute little thing. You've probably seen pictures of her on my website. She's a little black cat. She used to attack her big sister, who was the cat that I had for 20 years. She used to attack her big sister for months when I brought Abigail home as a kitten, and the vet said the attacking behaviors would stop. When they're kittens, they have all these attacking behaviors. They're attacking everything in sight, and luckily, once they get a little bit older, some of those attacking behaviors will stop. So if you have a kitten who's biting, you can do what we're talking about in today's video to try to prevent it and try to put a stop to it, but also rest assured that your kitten is probably going to grow out of a lot of those attacking behaviors, okay? Now, luckily for Miss Abigail, the older cat did not fight back. She was always so tolerant. She would just let Abigail get away with murder, and I don't know why she did, but she was the sweetest cat, and she put up with Abigail while Abigail was a kitten, and then as Abigail got older, they were super close, and so, an unneutered male might bite. They do tend to be more aggressive. I'm going to give you a link here in the article to talk about neutering your male cat if he's biting. Not only will it calm him down if he's neutered, but neutering provides other safety benefits for your cat, and of course stops unwanted litters of kittens being born around the neighborhood, because your cat's out impregnating everybody. But there's a good case to be made for getting your cat neutered, and as far as I'm concerned, unless for some reason you want your male cat to father a litter of kittens, then in my opinion there's no reason not to get them neutered. Just talk with your vet about it. But people have a lot of behavioral issues with an unneutered male. They'll bite, they'll be aggressive, they'll spray, anyway, so you might want to consider that. If you have an unneutered male and you feel like he's being aggressive and biting with you, talk with your vet. You might want to have him neutered. Cats who are declawed may start biting. Now, in most states, if not all, declawing a cat has been outlawed, but you may have a cat who you adopted that was maybe declawed by a previous owner or something, and sometimes a cat who is declawed will start biting because they don't have their claws, and they'll start biting out of fear, like they don't have their claws anymore to protect themselves, so they'll bite. Okay, so just consider that if you have a cat who has been declawed. It might be whenever he's scared he bites because he doesn't have his claws to give that warning. Do you know what I mean? And lastly, a cat will bite to defend themselves if they're being attacked, if they're being picked on, if they're being provoked. If they're in a state of fear, if they're in a state of fight or flight, if they're in a situation they feel they can't escape, they will bite. Okay, so there's some common reasons why your cat might be biting. Now, there is an interruption here in my article, so I'm going to briefly interrupt the video to invite you to go ahead and sign up for my cat lovers email list. I have a dog lovers email list. I have a cat lovers email list. I'll give you the link in the description box. If you are subscribed to that email list, about once a week or so, you will get an email from peoplelovinganimals.com, and it will be all about the care and health and training of cats and kittens. I think that you'll find it to be quite useful. If not, you can unsubscribe at any time. And as a free gift for subscribing, I will give you a little pet training manual as a free gift for subscribing. Okay? Now let's just get back to the video. How to train your cat to stop biting. Okay, now we kind of have some reasons why they're doing it. So let's talk about some ways that you can stop them from biting. If your cat is biting you, the first thing to do is try to ignore them. They're biting you to get a response from you. No matter why they're biting, they're doing it for a reason, most likely to get some sort of response from you. If you don't respond, then they might try a different signal, such as meowing. You know, if your cat's biting you to try to get you to go clean the litter box, whatever, if biting you doesn't get what they want, then they'll move on to something else, which hopefully would be something less painful for you, like meowing. Okay, so the first thing to do is don't react. Just pull your hand away, whatever they're chewing on or biting, and don't give them the reaction. Try that first. Second, try a different form of communication. Only do what your cat is asking if he's asking nicely. Like if he's rubbing on your leg or if he's meowing, over time he'll get used to doing those things instead of biting you. Again, if his biting you is not getting him what he wants, he'll move on to plan B, which is going to be doing something besides biting you, like meowing. So try to get your cat to, it's like biting me is not the answer. You got to communicate to him. Biting me is not going to get you what you want. Don't let his biting get him what he wants, okay? Consistency is also important, and I think this is a mistake that people make, not only with cats biting, especially kittens, but also with puppies biting. Sometimes your cat's biting can seem cute, especially when they're a kitten, but mostly it's just bothersome and painful. Even if it seems cute that they're nibbling your fingers, which, you know, that might be cute when they're a kitten, but when they're a cat, that hurts. Although kitten teeth are pretty darn sharp. Actually, I think kitten teeth almost hurt a little bit more than cat teeth, don't they? Because they're like extra prickly. But your cat, you can't let them do it, okay? You can't let them bite you. Your cat must experience the same reaction from you each and every time it comes to biting. You can't let them bite sometimes, then disapprove of it at other times. If you do that, your cat won't know what's allowed and what's not. And again, if you're going to ignore the cat when he's biting, you've got to do it consistently. You can't, you know, ignore him and then the next time he bites, you play with him and you encourage the biting. You know, you got to be consistent. If your cat wants food and he's biting you to tell you he wants food, don't give him the food as a response to his biting. Wait until he's not biting, then give him the food. Do you see what I mean? You can't let him put two and two together and think that his biting is getting him something that he wants, okay? Now, before I forget, in the description box of this video, you're going to find some links to other videos, and you can also go to my cat training playlist, and you're going to find some videos about, there's a video called Why is My Cat a Nervous Wreck? It's 10 things that stress a cat out. There's a couple of videos about preventing cats from fighting. In those videos, those might help you find out what your cat's problem is. You know, like if you think that, why is the cat upset? Like, why is he biting? Is he being aggressive with the kids? Is he being aggressive with other animals in the house, the dog, the cat, something? You might want to take a look at some of those videos because it kind of goes over things that will upset a cat and that will cause them. As a matter of fact, a good video to watch would be Why Do Cats Hiss? I'll try to remember to leave the link to that in the description box. If I forget, just go to the cat training playlist and you'll find a video called Why Do Cats Hiss? And again, it talks about what's the cat's problem, okay? So if some of these things we talked about in today's video aren't really resonating with you and you're thinking, no, that's not it, go ahead and watch some of those other videos and you might get some more insight as to what is causing your cat to behave this way. But like I promised in the beginning, I am going to give you a resource called Ultimate Cat Secrets. I've been recommending them as my #1 cat training program on my website for more than 6 years now. I'm going to give you a link to go ahead and check them out in the description box. I'm also going to give you my link to my full review of this program. It's an audio program. It comes in 12 parts. You can download it. You can listen to it anytime. You can download it in your, listen to it on your phone, listen on your computer, your iPad, and it covers cat behavior issues, but it also covers a whole lot more. It's basically everything you need to know about owning a cat. It's a really, really complete program, and it covers a lot of cat training issues. Also, it's only $37, and then you have it for life. You have this download. They also give you a printable transcript of the audio so that you can have it as a digital PDF document that you can refer to, years to come. You can print it if you want to, or you can just listen to it. And it's $37, and it does come with 100% money back guarantee. So I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and check that out if you're having some issues with your cat, or if, despite the tips in today's video, if you're still unable to get the cat to stop biting, I would suggest that be your next step, to go ahead and check the cat training. But like I say, please click the link to it and look at it, because you're going to be quite surprised, I think, of how much it covers and how many things you might be interested in learning about with your cat. So I'll give you the link to check it out. Lastly, if you have not been here before, you don't know, I donate to animal charities. I am an affiliate for some of the products and services, not all of them, but some of the products and services that I recommend on my website and my YouTube channel. I am an affiliate for, which means if you click on the links that I'm giving you in the description box and purchase these products, I will get a small commission. That is how I do peoplelovinganimals.com for a living. It is my job, okay? I donate 10% of all of those commissions to animal charities. And if you go to the homepage of my website, peoplelovinganimals.com, you will see a list of the animal charities that I donate to. So for that reason, I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and share this YouTube channel with your friends and family who have cats and dogs. I would really appreciate the exposure, and they might have an issue with their pet that I might very well have a video or a blog post on that would help them with. Also, please feel free to comment if you have any questions, if you have any other solutions about maybe how you got your cat to stop biting, some of the things that have worked for you. It's nice to share them with other people watching this video in the future. And again, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you on board as a subscriber. I also want to say a special thank you to the people who support peoplelovinganimals.com with the links in the description box. I really do appreciate your support. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope the video was helpful. Please feel free to come back and comment. Let me know how you made out. If I can offer further help, I'm certainly happy to do so. Okay, so again, thanks so much for watching. My name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again.